All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk Tuesday. As soon as you get in here, if you can hear me clearly, please let me know that by hitting the like button. Please. A lot has been going on in the news. A couple things I want to address tonight. I did not get to address and talk about the article about the situation where the coach was removed and then reinstated, and then that whole thing. And I gave a take on it as to what I thought, just basically what I was thinking. And so in that, there were a lot of responses to that article. People felt a way, either for, against, or neutral, however they felt. During that time, I was under the weather, dealing with this strain or whatever that they just put out there to try to wipe out the weaklings. So I made it through this last round. But in that, I was reading comments, but I really didn't have the strength or the energy to engage. But for the most part, people, I do not mind disagreement. I hope that, when you read whatever it is I put out there, read it and deal with that. You know what I mean? With what I'm dealing with. But there was one particular person that inboxed me and wanted my attention, and so they got it. And so I am going to talk about that a little bit in regards to, again, the article that was put out on Gab News, but we'll get to that also. Right now, there's a breaking news situation taking place in Orangeburg, South Carolina, in relations to the shooting that took place on campus this past Thursday. And authorities have charged a teen in the Delhi, South Carolina state shooting. Okay, and this article was about a couple hours ago. But let's read what they got here. This young man right here, we'll find out who he is. Orangeburg County, South Carolina. South Carolina Law Enforcement Division has charged an Orangeburg man in connection with murder in connection with the deadly shooting on campus of South Carolina State University. Authorities said 18-year-old Kamati Kennedy was charged Tuesday with murder. The South Carolina State University Department of Public Safety requested the investigation. 3 men were shot. Officials said that 2 of them died and 1 remains in the hospital with injuries. The Orangeburg County coroner identified 19-year-old Henry Criddington and 18-year-old Terrell Thomas as the deceased victims. SLED is investigating the shooting that happened on Thursday inside of a room at Hugh Guinea. Can't pronounce that. Suites housing complex on campus. It's right across the street from the football stadium. Kennedy arrived at South Carolina State University with 3 people in his vehicle and entered the Guinea Suites together. Officials said he left later and gathered items from the suspect's vehicle. Investigators said Kennedy was involved in buying marijuana, which led to the shooting. Surveillance video showed Kennedy running from the location. Kennedy was booked in the Orangeburg County Detention Center. The First Circuit Solicitor's Office will prosecute the case. The investigation remains ongoing. SLED has that. That's the young man right there. The young man face looks very familiar. Very familiar. So in response to that, this came out today. And when it came out and hit social media, it definitely had a reaction. It definitely had a reaction. And so let's unpack the statement that you see on the screen. You heard what was happened. You saw who has been charged in this case. Let's start out with this video. Let's get this. Is it on screen? It's not on screen.
Adobe Acrobat Studio is all new. Working PDF spaces with
Of course, I'll be clicking on some ad. I don't need you.
AI do your marketing needs in one spot. An AI assistant. Show me what you got. AI breakdowns on trend reports. Unlock key insights on the rise of shorts. Ideate, generate, do it all in one.
Article
Do that,
here
doing that,
involving
get that done.
they're talking about this $8 million.
Your first alert at 6. This is WIS 10.
Welcome into WIS News at 6. A deadly shooting at South Carolina State University's campus is now renewing calls for stronger safety and better security preparation at colleges across South Carolina.
Now lawmakers, some of them.
All right, keep in mind now they just had a shooting back in October. So
SC State alumni
on SC State
are backing a new bill known as the Campus Safety Act.
They are also pushing for new funding aimed at security upgrades on campus. Our Derek Rush has more on what could change.
Well, you know, Greg Judy, a spokesperson tells me SC State was already before lawmakers requesting more money for campus improvements on the same day that the shooting happened. Now, this has made leaders say they want action, not just at SC State or HBCUs, but for college campuses and universities statewide.
Deaths in their first year of college is a lot, and it's very unnecessary.
Despite adding fencing and security, SC State is once again confronting violence after last Thursday's shooting at the student housing complex, Huguini Suites.
And so the community takes liberty on these campuses, and that is something we may have to take another hard look at.
At the State House, Representative Hamilton Grant says the Campus Safety Act is meant to standardize training and reporting so students and staff know emergency procedures and how to report threats and incidents.
We are having a full House Education Committee meeting, the Campus Safety Act, after the tragedy of Charlie Kirk, after the USC incident, and after South Carolina State's homecoming incident as well.
And I mean, let's start there. After that incident, you know, now you're in the process of asking for $8 million for, I'm curious as to, you know, See, this is. I don't have to pretend like I don't know what's going on that campus, because I know what's going on that campus, and the security is lax. That's putting it lightly, but let's let this play out.
And Grant says lawmakers are also asking for money to help HBCUs make safety and infrastructure upgrades.
We've also put in a record ask of the General Assembly for $30 million additional dollars in HEAP funding to go to our HBCUs for camp.
I mean, it's simple. Keep them little YNs off campus. Okay. Keep them off campus. That's who's doing the shooting. That's who's doing, that's who's done the last two shootings.
Safety enhancements to include a new facility for their police department on campus. So there are things that are happening that are in motion. Unfortunately, these incidents.
I gotta get DoorDash. Hold on.
Keep happening.
And South Carolina Representative Jim Clyburn says the state's role in safety improvements on university and college campuses will be vital.
But the resources have got to come from elsewhere. I do what I can from the federal level. We have invested in the colleges and universities, but that's got nothing to do with the safety, because it's kind of hard for me to get federal money to have security on campuses.
I mean, and I'm with you. What could he do to address the YN problem? What, I mean, even if he send the money, what's going to stop a student from linking up with a local, trying to purchase large amounts of marijuana? How is this gentleman right here going to stop that with 8 million, 80 million, 800 million? The dollars that whatever he sends is not going to address it definitely won't address the culture. Shout out to Clive standing there by that Navy insignia right there.
It's easy for the state to do it.
You know, moments ago, we actually just got updates from the university about gate changes taking effect as of Tuesday, February 17th, where it says that students in all vehicles are subject to searches. Students must use gate 4 with a valid ID while visitors enter through Gate 5 during approved hours. Officials say the changes strengthen security and emergency response campus-wide. Judy?
All right, Derek, thank you very much. Along with that update, also seeing that the university is instituting visitor hours where visitors will be allowed from 9 a.m. until 9 p.m. We should also mention that SC State is also requesting $8 million for a new police and public safety facility and perimeter upgrade, including fencing, gates, and cameras. The Campus Safety Act is scheduled to be read in committee tomorrow morning.
That's definitely a hard a situation right there. But I don't know. You know, I mean, and I don't even think these kids who were involved, the kid who they got, the suspect, he's not a student. The two kids that got killed are not students. What can Clyburn do about the culture? What could that $8 million that he got, how is that going to help change the culture? Because that's essentially what happened. You got somehow these kids, and then there was two females that was in the room. Let me throw my boy YB back up there. I put up a piece on gang signs, and so if you were following that, if you were watching that, if you're a parent and you're interested in your young child and the culture that your young child is having to operate in, you know what you're looking at right there. Some of the other ones, they don't know what they're looking at. They just think it's just. Ain't nothing Clyburn can do that addresses this culture. Nothing he can do that does that. All right, next Thursday. It's on my page. Please go ahead and hop in. Free webinar. And we're going to be talking about podcasting and what you can do to start your own podcast. Setting it up. And all that other good stuff. Like the tamper-proof bags, man. But yeah, definitely, it's gonna be interesting. Hop in. It's gonna be. It won't be public. It just won't be up there. So that is for folks that definitely interested in starting a podcast. If anything, the information's free. Come over and see what it's about. Don't limit yourself. Podcasting is not about politics. It's not about sports. It's about all different types of topics and all different kinds of audiences. So don't limit yourself. Fastest growing platform online. All right, what else? What else? What else? What else? What else we got? What else we got? All right, let me find this here. Hey, Stunner, Stunner, I need you to come on, man. Hold on a second. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Let me turn this off. All right, listen, Stunner, I'm going to put a link. I'm going to put it up on Facebook. I need you to pop in so we can talk real fast, homie. Real conversation needs to be had. So I'm going to edit the link, right? And I'm going to put it in the description. Well, in the title on Facebook. You'll see Real Talk Tuesday, and then you're going to see a link. Just click that link and then come on. Come on in the room. Oh, no, that's not it right there. Stunner is a gentleman, guys. He works with the youth. He works with at-risk youth. And he ain't no bullshit, man. I'm telling you straight up. Like, he worked with at-risk, like on the street, taking the gun out their hand type, you know what I mean? First time I met him, he was telling me about a situation that he was in. Y'all talk about in the streets. Yeah, brother. On a whole nother level. All right, I need it first. Matter of fact, I'm gonna send you that link through Facebook, big dog. I'm going right to your messenger. I think we're friends on Facebook. Yep. That bad boy in your messenger right now, cuz. Yep. It's in your messenger. Yeah, because what they getting ready to do is that $8 million about to get twist up and mix up. They're gonna like Clyburn gonna get something now. You can bet that. You can go ahead and bet on that. Yeah, my son. It's in your inbox, dog. So as soon as you can pop on in, huh? Pop on in here. In the meantime, in between time, while I'm waiting for him to talk, get on, and we can take that conversation to where it needs to be when we're talking about these situations and how these things actually formulate, how they play out on the streets, how they come about. You know what I mean? bunch of y'all don't come to state, and y'all know about these locals, and y'all know how I get down. It makes no sense. Anyway, and while we wait on that, I wanted to address this situation right here because, again, some folks had some they had some views on my perspective on my the way I read this article right here that was put out there, right? And in particular, let me find exactly what in particular that kind of made me say, wow, that's kind of aggressive right there. That's an aggressive approach to take towards me, given the fact that I'm not the one that wrote the article, okay? Let's not lose sight of that, right? Shout out to my cousin who got her first playoff win. Also was inducted into the Andrews High School Hall of Fame. And shout everybody out who recently was inducted. Coach Al, Coach Stalvey, Woody Smith, Demetra Hanna, and Marcus Pope. When we get the mayor back on, we'll, of course, he hosted and talk a little bit more in depth about that. But let me find this thing here where, again, I was a little bit under the weather a little bit, so I didn't want to answer too aggressively, right? And let's see how I can put this up here. Well, I mean, and I don't know if this, like, it started to get weird, because some of these people got the same name as their kid or whatever, and I was careful, just like, because the one thing I understood and I kept and I maintained, I understand why them kids are loyal to their coach. I've been in a relationship like that. I understand it, and I have no problem with it. Nor do I have an opinion on it. But somebody by the name of Ben Rao sent the article back to me and said that I'm not going to post it because I'm not sure if that's the son or whoever it is. But he said to me, the post wasn't true, though. Okay. I wasn't giving you my opinion on the validity of whether or not it was true. What I was commenting on, right, and what I will continue to comment on, I want to point out something to you, right? So if it's not true, what you're saying, what you said, the article is not true. I'm so hungry, y'all. I'm just going crazy here. If it's not true, then the question is, who's lying? I'm gonna help you out a little bit here, right? Because I'm hungry. This article, if you notice at the bottom of the article, right? The author of this article. Hey, the author of this article was careful. If you notice, there are two different fonts there, right? Two different text styles, fonts, whatever you call them. I don't know what you call them, but so at the bottom, let's read the part that's italicized, right? And it's highlighted again by changing the font. Basically, that's the author saying that, hey, I am taking this is a direct quote. I'm taking this from someplace. You can attribute this to, in this case, it would be the superintendent. So, Mr. Rao, if there was anybody lying, it would be somebody in this article, okay? Because it says here clearly, and again, it's indicated that it's coming directly from somebody. So who's lying? It says here, following further review and in consultation with Superintendent Dr. Bethany A. Giles, Coach Scott Durham will serve as head coach at Andrews High School for the 2026 football season. Our focus remains on supporting our student athletes and providing a strong, stable program moving forward. We appreciate the continued interest and support of our Yellow Jacket community. So I maintain that that's what the superintendent said. Okay. Now, all this other stuff about the coach's son and coaching his son, we see who said that. So you should go to Scott Harper, who's the author of this article, posted on Gab News' Facebook page. You should go to them and tell them that, or tell him that the story is not true. And I'll be interested in what is the true story. And like a famous man named Forrest Gump once said, and that's all I got to say about that. Stunner, man, are you able to come on? If not, man, we could set something up for another day. Let me know. Let me know if you're in there, brother. Got this slack for this bread right here now. They just took the roll that they use for the subs. Didn't even put any cheese on it. Put a little bit of butter on it. Or what I think is butter. Soak it in there and let it get that marinara and all that. That bread there broke your teeth, boy. What we got? Let's show some love to some of our sponsors. People that rock with us. Join us for an unforgettable evening of elegance, purpose, and community at the 5th annual Keep the Beat Gala. This signature event brings together supporters, leaders, and changemakers for a night of music, culture, and meaningful impact. Hosted by the NOLA Network, this gala supports a mission rooted in one simple belief: that every individual deserves access to the resources they need to live their healthiest lives. When you attend, you're not just attending an upscale masquerade experience. You're standing with fine organizations committed to health, equity, and community well-being. So join us on Saturday, February 28th from 7 to 10 p.m. at 698 West South 4th Street in Seneca, South Carolina. Tickets are available now, including early bird specials, VIP, and also couple options. Visit thenolanetwork.org to purchase tickets and to learn how you or your organization can become a donor and a supporter of this incredible organization. Remember, dress to impress, wear your mask, and help us keep the beat for health, for community, and for change. Thank you.
This May, Kingstree, South Carolina becomes a place of remembrance and reflection. Join us for a powerful two-day commemoration marking the 60th anniversary of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s 1966 call to march on ballot boxes. Together, we honor the past, examine the promise, and shape the future. Friday, May 8th and Saturday, May 9th, 2026. For more information, contact C. Williams Rush at 803-397-1859.
GL. Also look for myself, this platform, and just look for, you know what, let's just stop right there. Because that ain't right there. We get names and all that good stuff. But anyway, I mean, what do y'all think about what I'm talking about tonight? The story in South Carolina State. Do you agree with Mr. Clyburn as far as it don't matter how much money you get, that doesn't change the culture? Or maybe you don't think anything is wrong with the culture. Maybe you think it was just one bad dude, you know what I mean, that really don't have it that much and all that other good stuff. But whatever that thought is, get in the comment section, leave it there. In times of trouble, you need someone who knows the law, knows the community, and knows how to fight for you. The law offices of Caesar McKnight, right here in Kingstree, South Carolina, is committed to protecting your rights and protecting your future. From criminal defense, personal injury, to family law. When the stakes are high, experience matters, and so does someone who listens. Call today and get a competent, passionate, and effective legal team on your side. Because when life hits hard, you don't have to go through it alone. The law offices of Caesar McKnight, justice for real people, serving the Kingstree and surrounding South Carolina communities. Call now or visit the website today or stop by for a free consultation.